What's up, YouTube? It's me, Boston Chris, back with a brand new video. Welcome to my channel, Boston Chris Comics. It's been a little while. I've been kind of busy with a lot of different things going on, so I haven't gone ahead and made a video in a while. And I know I feel like I say that a lot. I do have a bunch of stuff that I want to show everybody, and I'm going to be making a couple of videos just to kind of get things back to, just getting back in the groove of the channel, getting some new stuff up there, and just kind of showing off some new books that I have received. So, what do I have? Well, today what I have for everybody is this, a box. Yes, a pretty hefty sized box as well. This was sent to me by Evan. I went ahead and was just talking with him one day, and he happened to go to a shop out where he lives at, and they were having a pretty good sale, so he went ahead and checked it out, and he's like, yeah, man, I got some books for you. Just let me know what you're looking for. And so we talked, and he just kind of just showed me, the stuff that he was coming across. And so he was nice enough to pick me up some stuff, and I have it in this nice box here that I'm going to go ahead and just cut into and show off what I got. So as I get into this, and there we go. So I just want to say thank you to Evan for helping me out, for hooking me up with this. Just go ahead and try to not be, I try to be nice and clean and all diplomatic about how I open this. Should probably just tear it open once I get a good enough chunk of this off. But the thing is, it's got packing peanuts, which is good stuff. Like, that's good to make sure the books are nice and secure in. So don't want to make a big mess everywhere. But there we go. Lots of tape. But one thing I will say is, if you buy stuff from Evan, or if you get anything from him, whatever, he does a great job of shipping. So your books will absolutely come secured, and there will be no kind of, you don't have to worry about anything coming over damaged or anything like that. Because he definitely does a great job making sure that everything is as safe and secure as it can possibly be. So there we go. With that, I think we got past the initial box opening, so that's good stuff. Alright, now to get into this without actually making a huge mess. Oh, that's not happening. Okay, hold on for 1 second. You don't do an unboxing video for a while and you get out of practice. There we go. Alright, that's good. Alright, so try this again. There it is. Alright. So, wow. Wow. Alright. So, got a nice stack of books there. And, oh, a few more as well. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, set these up. So in this we have some pretty cool stuff. These are, he had sent me some of these before. So what we have first and foremost is what's called Action Force. And these are British comics that have, like, the G.I. Joe characters all in them. So this is issue number 87. And, well, actually, no, it's number 23. This came out in 1987. Here you go. Action Force versus Transformers. Nice little crossover right there. Pretty cool stuff. And then we have issue number 13. Get Detro looking all crazy. But these are awesome books, and I would love to it's fun just because Kyle Walker actually is really into these as well. He grew up with a lot of them, and it's called like Battle Action Force. Initially, was the actual title of the magazine, but then once they those were the precursor to G.I. Joe, and there's a lot of characters that I guess were directly inspired. That once they went ahead and made it, onto American television and everything, and into the American comics, they changed a lot of things over. So it's kind of cool to get these, because this is kind of like just like a little piece of G.I. Joe history prior to the actual comic. Those ones actually came out after the initial comic, because they came out in '87. But just the the Action Force and Battle Action Force and all that, it's pretty cool stuff. So definitely grateful for that. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the stack that I have here. Just nicely securely taped up, but almost there. There we go. All right. So have here a whole bunch of, and if you didn't guess from the first book I showed, a whole bunch of G.I. Joe comics. Yes. Starting off with G.I. Joe number 3. Awesome book. Really happy to have that in my collection, just because there's so many good, books. This I needed for the first, I think it was like 10 run. I have a bunch. I think out of the first 10, I still need number 6, and then also need, I want to say, I don't know if I need number 8 or not, but I definitely need number 6. So got that. Next up, we have issue number 30. I've always liked this cover. The Buzz and the Dreadnoks. Well, Buzz and Blowtorch. I don't know who the other Dreadnought right there is, but I don't even think he's an actual character from the comic, from the actual show itself. Then we have issue number 38. Like this cover too. You have Storm Shadow under fire with Destro. Cobra always had little, dissension in the ranks and stuff like that, so you always end up having a guy or two who just, wanted to kind of take power for himself. But next we have issue number 56. Really cool cover there. You have Flint, Roadblock, and Scarlet all trying to duck out of, you can see there's a little silhouette Serpentor shooting at them from the helicopter. Issue number 61. Lady J sitting there knocking that dude out. Looks kind of like Flint too. It's just like she just blasted Flint right in the mouth. Issue number 69. There's Destro when he broke away from Cobra and formed his own little faction. And those guys are the Iron Grenadiers. Next is issue number 43. So here you go. You get Falcon, Gung Ho, Tunnel Rat, and I think that's Lifeline. Oh no, is that Crazy Legs? And they're jumping out of a Cobra. They're jumping out of a Cobra. I think it was the Mamba, actually. The helicopter. I used to have that helicopter. It's pretty cool. It's split into 3 parts. Definitely, it was an awesome toy at the time. Lots of pieces though, so you end up losing some over time if you play with it a lot. Get issue number 70. This is 76 with Duke, Falcon, and Roadblock on there. I always like Roadblock's gun. Like Roadblock had like the coolest weapon. Like he literally had just basically like a 50 cal machine gun, just that he would hold on his own. Oh, this is a great cover. So for all the PETA and animal rights activists, yes, not fun for you, but you have issue number 79. This is a great cover. Here he is, Buzz chasing Mutt's dog, or a dog, but it's definitely Mutt's dog. So, next we have issue number 81. Let's see, Battle Force 2000 versus the Dreadnoks. So nice little cover, white background, really simple cover on this one too. Who's he? Oh, I think it's a Bob McLeod cover. Pretty sure. Next, this actually was a really awesome cover too. You got issue number 82. The dude's in the bush firing away, and there's a Viper right behind him. I like this cover just because, you know, the Vipers were always just kind of like these ambiguous dudes, never had an identity. So it's just like you would never think that one of these guys would sneak up and kill a Joe, but here he is, ready to like stab this dude right in the back. They've done this cover a couple of different times. Like there's one with Zartan. There's let's see, there's one with Zartan, and I think it's Gung Ho. And then there's another one where you don't see who has the gun to Wild Bill's head, but like, you know, Wild Bill's got a gun to the back of his head. Next up, we got issue number 83. Got Road Pig getting ready to shoot off an arrow at somebody. Then this is kind of cool too. Issue number 84. Cobra Commander. There's the two red ninjas and Zartan in front of them. Now I'm not sure if this is kind of a prelude to when Zartan betrays Cobra Commander, because there's an issue, and I don't know which one it is, where Cobra Commander basically gets revenge on everybody. Everybody who wronged them, all the people that messed them over. So it's like Dr. Mindbender, I think it's like Crocmaster, Dr. Mindbender, who else? Zartan, Firefly, and there's like one more. That's in. I think Tomax and Zaymot also were included in the people that were just kind of put into this bunker and thrown into a volcano. And he basically like just got rid of everybody who wronged them in one fell swoop. And it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool issue. I just don't know which one it is. So I don't know if this is a prelude to that. I'll have to check that out. So now we got issue number 87. Here's Destro again. You know, in his crimson, not crimson. His basically, you know, his Destro Corps. Have issue number 88, Python Patrol. So oddly enough, Python Patrol was like repurposed G.I. Joe stuff that they went ahead and took and, you know, used for Cobra. And then on the other side, G.I. Joe used to take, so they took a couple of HISS jets and a few other different, you know, normally Cobra vehicles, and they painted them with tiger stripes, and they were part of Tiger Squad. And Python Patrol was, you know, just the opposite. So it's just kind of like they switched up. Like basically, the toy makers found a way to, you know, make the toys a little bit more interesting for everybody who was, you know, kind of bored or burned out on the old toys. Like, oh, we'll just repaint them, and you know, so Python Patrol was one of the ones that, you know, ended up being one of the new toy lines. Next, we have issue number 89, and this dude's sitting there behind his gun. It's funny because it's not as suggestive as some other stuff that you'd see, but it's a pretty suggestive cover. Like, not quite a, you know, disturbing one, you know what I mean? But it's just kind of like, whoa, okay. So you got Road Pig again in this one. You know, grabbing two people. Look unwilling to go away. He's trying to take them. It says Brave Wave Scanner Chamber. So, Brainwave Scanner Chamber. So he's going to brainwash these people, or at least find out what they're thinking, or maybe, you know, try to use them to get information on somebody else. So we have issue number 92. This is a pretty cool cover. It says Thunderclap, October God, Beauty Pageant. So those are three things that's happening in this issue. Nice cover though. I really do like that cover a lot. Next we have issue number 96. And so let's see, Snake Eyes Trilogy, Part 3, No Surrender. This one, you see Storm Shadow, he's actually turned over into being a Joe now, so he's no longer a Cobra. You know, he's no longer part of Cobra. I'm actually looking forward to the Snake Eyes Trilogy, just because Snake Eyes has a great story, and you know, he's really, I think, one of the cooler Joes out there. He's my favorite Joe, but like him and Roadblock are my two favorites. But definitely cool stuff when you get stories about Snake Eyes. Next we have issue number 97. Another pretty cool cover. You know, thing is showing like, you know, rock and roll with you know, just the two. Let's see. I don't even know what the hell. It's definitely in French. So yeah, so not quite a Canadian variant, nothing like that. It says, with the guise of the mounted police. So, you know, they're hanging out with the Mounties in this one. Next we have issue number 102, the October Guard. The October Guard in the cartoon always kind of got, you know, they were always kind of looked on as like a joke. They were never really like, you know, badass characters. But it looks like they make them pretty cool in the comics, so definitely looking forward to seeing what they're going to do in there. Next we have issue number 116. Awesome cover. Kind of brings back memories of Days of Future Past, the X-Men book. You know, you don't have the whole big sign that shows, like, you know, everybody who's been captured or killed or whatever, but really, really awesome book. Definitely a cool cover to have. And next, and finally I should say, we have issue number 142. So this is getting into the higher numbers where, you know, you have, I guess, more scarce issues. It also features the Transformers Generation 2. I'm going to say, honestly, this cover is not that great. When you look at it, it's just like, you know, Scarlet is drawn really poorly. Just overall, I mean, everything's kind of drawn poorly. It's like almost like this is kind of rushed, but not a bad, I mean, definitely a good book to have. So, you know, really got to, like, you know, get a lot of good books into my G.I. Joe run, and a couple of more into that Action Force as well. So, again, Evan, thank you very much. These have been some awesome, awesome books. I can't wait to read these all and just, you know, really enjoy some nostalgia of going back to my childhood and, you know, having some fun reading some G.I. Joe books. So, with that, I'm going to get going. So, I want to thank you all for watching. Again, this has been Boston Chris. Stay tuned. I will have an unboxing from one of my top 10 books. Actually, 2 of my top 10 books that have come in. And I have some new books, you know, so a new comic haul and everything like that. And actually, I have a couple back issues to show as well. So it'll probably be a couple different videos that I do to show all that different stuff off, rather than have one really long one. But I'm going to get going, so I want to thank you all for watching. As always, you know, happy collecting. Have a great night. I'm going out, so bye-bye.